I'm Jeff Philbin, and this is Dinner DeeAs. Today, a 3-in-1 as we make lamb shakes for lunch, dinner, and supper. But you only need to cook them once, and we're going to show you how. This is the show where we take great ideas for dinner and turn them into Dinner DeeAs. Joining me today is Jennifer Daskovich, owner of Tampa's award-winning barbecue restaurant, The Devil Pig. Jennifer, you're sharing your signature make-it-home dish with us today. What are we making?
So, braised lamb shanks, and don't think it's a lot, and it's difficult, and it's hard, and it's inexpensive, and you can make it once and have 3 delicious meals from it. So I'm just starting by patting down the lamb because we're gonna sear it and we wanna get the moisture out so it gets a nice sear. So super simple on that.
Now, lamb shake is something that a lot of folks aren't going to know where to get that. How do you come across lamb shakes?
Well, the crazy thing about lamb shanks is it actually used to be the butcher's favorite because nobody understood how to cook it. So the butchers had the secret and they would take home and have the best dish ever.
I love it.
But now you can get it in your grocery store. I went to my local grocery store. I said to my butcher, I need lamb shanks for a dinner party. He said, no problem. They were in the next day. So you may not be able to find them if you're doing a last minute thing, but this is a dish you kind of got to plan ahead a little bit for. And you want to get Australian lamb because it's the best.
It's got the flavor to it?
It's grass-fed 100%.
Okay,
from
that's
start
cool.
to finish. It's delicious.
What's the first step then?
So the first step, as I said, is to pat it dry, and then I'm gonna take my non-lamb hand. I'm just gonna put a little salt on here, and you wanna use kosher salt. You want coarse ground. You don't want the thin salt. You don't want table salt. You really want thick kosher salt because it has a nice grain to it. And then here's a little cheat for me. If there's a seasoning you really, really like that has a lot of different ingredients in it, you don't have to spend all of this time. Can you take that lid off for me?
I certainly can.
Spend all of this time doing things that are gonna take forever. This I love because it has garlic. It has a little bit of salt in it, not enough. That's why I put a little bit more salt on. Red pepper, black pepper, and you just wanna coat every bit of the lamb because you want it to be super flavorful. And this, you just put the lid back on and put it in your cupboard and you use it for next time.
See, I love that. So this is where you can be able to pull stuff that you have already and bring in the stuff that you didn't have.
So the time that this takes to cook is a long time, but the time you're prepping it is a short time, and that's what we want, right?
I dig it. So what happens next?
Okay, so now we're gonna dredge it in flour, and I'm lazy. I don't like to do dishes.
All right,
okay?
so yeah, it sounds like we just got a plastic bag.
I have a plastic bag that I put the flour in, and look at this. You go boom, boom, boom.
So this is a whole little shake action then. I'm digging it. You're shaking it right there. All right, sounds like a plan. Now, did you put anything into the flour?
No, because the lamb is already seasoned.
Perfect.
So look at that, and it's perfectly coated all over.
Now, why are you coating it with the flour?
So a couple of reasons. The flour is going to help thicken the sauce at the end, but if you're gluten-free, don't worry, you can skip this step. You don't need to do the flour and still have a delicious dish.
Okay.
But it's going to help it brown really nicely, and brown food, those bits, we want that in there. So look how beautiful that is.
love it.
And then when you're done, you just throw it away and there's no dishes.
Easy breezy.
Easy breezy.
All right, so we're going to just go into a hot pan?
Go into a hot pan, a little bit of olive oil, and we should hear the sizzle.
I hear that sizzle.
So we're gonna brown it in 2 batches. You wanna make 5 to 6 lamb shanks at a time because you wanna have leftovers for the Sunday supper and the lunch the next week.
See, and because we have so many people coming over for dinner, this is where we wanna make sure we got enough for everybody.
Exactly, and you can do 2 pots. You want 1 lamb shank per person, and then you want 2 lamb shanks left over. So that's how many you buy. And the great news is, this is not an expensive cut of meat. I bought 5 lamb shanks for 30 bucks. So when you think about a dinner party and your protein is only $5 a serving.
That's a great starting point.
Versus a ribeye or versus a prime rib. $5 a serving for your main protein is so economical.
That's the start. And what are we looking for when we have this in our pan here?
So what we want to do, and we can hear it sizzling a little bit, you're going to do it in batches. So you'll put 2 or 3 in at a time.
Okay.
But you want to start to brown it, and you want to brown it on both sides. So you'll brown it, and then you'll turn it, and then you'll want to get the edges as well.
I love it. I've got, the essential ingredient that I get to bring to this kitchen is this Chef Jeff can. And so I just want to kind of take a look at seeing what's happening here, because all of what you had here with that seasoned rub is starting to take on a little bit of the color.
Exactly.
You're getting a little bit of that caramelization, and you can start smelling it as well.
Well, and this is how you build flavor, right? You're going to flavor at every size of the dish, and sometimes it's just a pinch of salt. It doesn't have to be super complicated. This is the most complicated part of the whole dish. Once we get this part done, the rest of it's so easy.
I love it. And it looks like we actually have some that are already done, right?
Exactly right. So I did brown some.
Okay.
So we can turn this off now, actually. So we didn't want to mix the unbrowned with the brown. So here, what we have, after you brown it on all sides, and you can see that I put it on its side. So this got browned, the bits got browned, every side is a little bit browned. You don't have to worry about cooking the lamb. This is not where it's getting cooked. We're going to cook it for 4 hours in the oven. So it's just to brown it.
Okay, very cool. You can see and print Jennifer's recipes, plural, on our website. Scan the QR code right from your phone up on the screen to visit us at dinnerdeas.com. So now, what do we have going on inside this pan?
Okay, so you'll use one pan when you cook it at home, right? And so after you saute the lamb, you'll take it out.
Okay.
You'll take a paper towel and you'll just wipe the bottom of the pan out in case there's any burned pepper bits. You don't want to make a sauce with burned oil because it'll be a burned sauce.
It's a bad flavor.
So all you do is you wipe it out with a paper towel, throw it away, put in a little bit of clean olive oil, and then you take your mirepoix, which is just a fancy way of saying celery, onion, and carrots.
Okay.
I buy it pre-prepped in the grocery store, so you don't have to chop.
Steps are being chopped away at this point.
I'm taking some chops, right?
I dig it.
Professional chefs might say do it yourself, but you know what? I'm busy.
You were entertaining at this stage of the game.
I can buy this, and so what you do is you put that in the same pan that you cooked the lamb in.
Okay.
And you get it all crispy and beautiful. So you want your onions caramelized, you want some brown on it.
And it's a well-loved pan. I love the fact that there's a little bit of love that you can see that good food has been cooked in this before.
Well, I've had this for 25 years.
So this is cooking with like the best then. This has been seasoned to perfection.
And this pan is what started to make me a good cook, because I started to realize once you have the right equipment, it makes all the difference in the final product.
It's a confidence level. And
it's not me, it's the pot. Like, I'm going to put this lamb in here, it's going to go in the oven, and I'm going to go have a glass of wine and watch Netflix.
I dig it. What else goes into this then?
Okay, so you saute it for about 5 minutes, so we've done that. And then you're going to put in some garlic, and I have, again, I don't like chopping garlic. It makes my hands all dirty. So what I do, and you're putting in about 3 cloves of garlic.
Okay.
My second favorite kitchen tool, the microplane.
Yep.
You don't need a garlic press. You don't need knives to sit there and take forever. Look at this, it's done.
Does it make it taste better because of the consistency you're getting out of it?
I find that using a garlic press sometimes make the garlic bitter because too much of the juice comes out.
Sure.
But with this, I just microplane it.
Okay.
I wish you guys could smell. Oh my God, this is amazing.
It's coming alive so well.
So then the garlic does not need as much time to cook as the other veggies. It really just takes 1 minute. And then you want to, fancy chefs will tell you tie your herbs with kitchen twine. I actually tie them with the thyme. So this is just rosemary and thyme and bay leaves.
Okay.
And I'm just going to pop, again, I'm not going to chop. I'm not going to chop herbs. It's going to flavor it. And because of the long cooking time, the herbs are going to fall off and be part of the sauce.
Absolutely.
So the garlic is in there. I put my herbs in there. And then, like, seriously, this was the hard part, right? So now it's fall. It's the holidays coming up. I make mine with pomegranate juice.
I dig that. Why pomegranate juice?
It's got a bitter and acidic and sweet taste. So you're getting all those palates in your mouth, right?
All right.
So, and with this dish, it's so rich, and you're gonna see it when we take it out of the oven. The bone marrow and the fat from the lamb and the gelatin, right, comes out of the bones. You need things to contrast.
Let's get straight in then.
So great thing about this recipe, you really can't go wrong. You wanna use about 1/2 cup, but you don't have to measure. Don't dirty up all your stuff.
So it sounds like you could play around with a little bit. If you put a little bit more here, you could put a little bit more there.
Yep.
There's a little bit of freedom.
And if you don't like pomegranate juice, use whatever you want. If you don't like Pinot Noir, which I'm using, use Cabernet.
I love it. And it sounds like you've got some wine right there too.
Yep, and my only rule about cooking with wine is it doesn't have to be expensive. This was buy one, get one free at my grocery store this week.
Economical.
But if you won't drink it, don't cook with it. So the cooking wines in that category of the grocery store, it's vinegar. Don't cook with it.
Don't do it. Just
make a salad dressing with it. That's great. Don't cook with it.
That and a giant straw.
Yes. And again, you don't have to measure, but you're going to put in about 1/2 bottle, and then,
1/2 bottle?
Pour yourself a glass
All
while
right,
it's
so
cooking.
is this going to, knock the socks off of me or something like that?
Actually,
1/2 bottle. I mean,
by the time it cooks, all the alcohol is completely cooked out.
Very cool. Very cool. And now what went in next?
So this is chicken stock, and again, I do like to make my own chicken stock, but as long as you get sodium free, to use in this recipe, it's fine because we want to control the salt. If you get a lot of the manufactured chicken stocks are so high in salt that when the sauce reduces, it tastes like a salt lick.
Perfect.
So,
What happens before we put it into the oven?
So before we put it into the oven, we're going to turn this up a little bit. We're going to bring it to a simmer. But actually, before we even do that, we can go ahead and put our beautiful lamb back in. And you don't want it to be completely submerged. You want it about halfway sticking out because, as you know, I own a barbecue place. What's the best parts about barbecue is the bark on the outside, right? So by leaving a little bit of this out, you are getting developing a beautiful crust to that.
I dig it. And while that goes into the oven, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come right back, how can you make those lamb shakes into not one, not two, but 3 amazing meals? That's ahead on Dinner DeeAs. Welcome back to Dinner DeeAs, easy recipes for meals that you can make tonight. Jennifer Daskovich is with us today. She's from Tampa's award-winning Devil Pig Barbecue Restaurant, sharing her signature dinner party dish, these braised lamb shakes. I'm telling you, these are going to be fantastic.
They're amazing.
Before the break, we seared our lamb, we added our veggies and liquids, and look, I think it's time to pull them out of the oven.
I think we should pull them out of the oven.
All right, let me go help you here.
Good, because they're heavy.
Teamwork is the dream work.
Teamwork is the key
I dig this.
to a dinner victory.
Ooh.
You
just kind of made a wrap too on top of that. I dig that even more now.
All right, are you ready for the reveal? You want to take the lid off?
You know what? No, I'm going to get the Chef Jeff cam because I want to kind of get all into that, Matt.
Okay, you ready?
Let's go for it.
Beauty shot.
Ooh. Look at that.
It's not gorgeous?
It's absolutely fantastic. And I mean, look at how everything has just really come together.
And remember how we left part of it out because we wanted to get that crusty, beautiful flavor? Like,
absolutely.
It's so tender underneath, but we kind of have a bark to it.
You almost have that bark. And I would expect that from you to have that little bit of bark. I mean, that's what's so special about it. How long did this go in for the oven for?
So I put them in the oven for 4 hours, but the great thing about this dish is if you are watching a TV show or you get an emergency phone call, it doesn't have to come out right away.
I absolutely love it. And don't forget that you can scan the QR code right up on your phone here, bring it out, get up here, because you want to have Jennifer's full recipe with all of the ingredients that you're going to need. And it's going to take you right to our website, dinnerdeas.com. So we've got beautiful lamb shakes, but we need a side dish.
A bed of mashed potatoes.
A little bit of mashed potatoes.
Yes.
All right, so let's go. I'm the Irishman here, so let's have some fun then.
All right. So, look at these beautiful mashed potatoes.
They look stunning.
I've already put some cream in it.
Okay.
I'm just going to dump a little butter in it because you can't have too much butter and cream with your mashed potatoes, and they're hot, so the butter is going to melt right up and pop right in it.
Okay.
I also want to add a little sea salt, kosher salt again, a little fresh cracked pepper.
I love this. You know, the funny thing is that we've been so, thinking about the cleaning, right? You'd use the bag before when we put our lamb shakes in. I'm not seeing any potatoes. I'm not seeing the skin of anything.
You're going to make me reveal this. You're going to make me say this.
Why? Is there something else to this? Whoa, 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 whoa. So you're telling me that this was box max? You got boxed?
Prepared in the refrigerated section of your grocery store, roasted garlic mashed potatoes.
Roasted garlic mashed potatoes, but at least it sounds like you had.
Well, the only reason I even put it in the pan is because you're here. When I'm at home, I put it in the microwave.
Well, then you know what? Let's taste it. I got to go into it and see if it's going to still work for me. All right,
They're delicious.
It's the Irishman in me right now.
They're delicious. You're going to love them. The extra cream and butter.
All right.
Kick it up, right? Little salt, little pepper.
You're kind of winning me over a little bit on this one here because you're just taking steps out. So that way then you can get back to what is important.
Who wants to peel and cut and boil and smash potatoes?
I kind of dig you on this one here. I'm agreeing with
I don't like box potatoes, but these they're real potatoes, they do all that work for you.
They did the work for you.
And they create such a beautiful bed for the star of our show.
Ooh, I like this one here.
So we're just going to create a gorgeous little pillow of mashed potatoes. You can get fancy chef with it. Make your little dollop in the middle.
I dig.
And then we just take one of our beautiful lamb shanks. Oh. Now they're so tender, I'm going to be lucky to get it to the plate without it falling off the bone.
It looks like it's about to fall off the bone. So
Look at that. Oh my goodness.
That is like a chef's kiss right there. Look
And
at
then
that.
a little bit of finishing salt. So not your kosher salt, but
What
like
is
a
finishing
special.
salt? For those that might
So
not
this
know.
is a gray salt. It comes from France, from the oceans of France. It's called sel gris, gray salt.
Okay.
And it's beautiful. It has a nice little flavor to it. And we used, remember, the pomegranates?
Uh-huh.
And you do a little sprinkle of the pomegranates on it.
Look at that.
And a classic combination for lamb is mint and lamb. Look at that. I saved a little pretty piece to put right there.
I dig this.
And we did most of this here together. We used the box mashed potatoes. The only thing is searing the lamb, but look at that.
I dig this because in true infomercial style, but wait, there's more. If you're wondering what the extra lamb shakes are for, we're going to reveal all of that after the break as we show you how to get 3 meals from one dish right here on Dinner DeeAs. Welcome back to Dinner DeeAs, easy recipes for dinner that you can make tonight and tomorrow. Jennifer Daskovich is here from the Devil Pig in Tampa making braised lamb shakes, and before the break, we served them up ready for a dinner party. Now she's going to share her leftover makeovers for the extra lamb shakes we made earlier.
You ready for this?
I'm ready.
Watch this. What?
Fall right off the bone.
What?
Oh, look at that. Okay.
This is the easiest leftover dish. So when I make braised lamb shanks for a dinner party, I do 1 per person at the party, and then I make extras because I want the leftover dishes. And all you do is you shred this. You put it on a beautiful store-bought brioche bun that all I did was toast with a little bit of butter in a pan. Look at that.
Everything tastes better with butter.
Of course it does. Put a little of that great jus on there.
Ooh, okay.
And that same mint and pomegranate that we put on the dinner party dish, this sandwich sings.
It just spreads it for 1 extra meal here. This
Look at
is
that.
lunch for a champion right there.
You can't go wrong with that.
You can't go wrong with that. I can't wait for that
But are
one.
you ready for my favorite Sunday supper?
Okay.
The Sunday after a busy party, you don't want to do a lot of work. So I do the same thing. I do some shredded lamb shank. I start with the saucepan. I put in some pancetta to saute in a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of salt to flavor it. I put that beautiful pulled lamb shank from it. I put in some canned tomatoes. Sorry, buddy, but it works.
Hey, it works for you and it works for this dish, it looks
and
like.
I just let this simmer, and look at that. So this has got the flavor of the beautiful lamb, the lamb broth, pancetta.
Well, we haven't figured out yet how we can be able to let everyone at home smell what we're cooking, but at least we do have this awesome Chef Jeff cam to kind of see all of this joy come together here.
Now, I cooked up bucatini just like you would any pasta. So bucatini is my favorite pasta. It's basically a thicker spaghetti with a hole in it because it's really good when you have thick, hearty sauces because it gets in there. It gets inside the pasta. And look at how easy is this dish. You just boil some pasta, you let your leftovers simmer together with the little pancetta, and look at this. And then you just dish it up.
I love it. That makes for a great way to be able to enjoy supper. So what is the difference between dinner to supper?
Well, for me, supper is a casual Sunday night by yourself, a glass of wine. I don't know. I just love Sunday supper.
I do too.
And then I was a little messy on the bowl. Sorry about that. Again, my favorite tool. You can't have pasta without some wonderful Parmesan.
You cannot. Don't forget, you can scan the QR code up on your screen to get Jennifer's full recipes with all the ingredients that you're going to need to make all 3 ways to make these lamb shakes. It's all at dinnerdeas.com. That looks fantastic.
Are you ready to eat some of it?
I can't wait.
Yay.
And when we come right back, we're going to taste test this because times 3, we're off and running. Let's road test all of this on today's Dinner DeeAs. Welcome back to Dinner DeeAs, ideas for dinner that you can make tonight. Jennifer Daskovich is the owner of the Devil Pig, and she shared a recipe for lamb shakes 3 ways. Braised with and served with mashed potatoes, leftovers cooked up with pancetta into a ragu served with pasta, and then topped with a brioche bun for a special sandwich. I don't even know where to begin. So where do we start?
Right here.
Right here?
Right here. And you don't even need your knife.
Just go straight in.
It's going to fall off the bone.
Oh, yeah, it did.
Get some of those, you know,
Oh, yeah,
potatoes
look
that we
at this.
slaved over for hours.
Sure, so this one. Lamb is one of my favorite proteins to eat. And you were absolutely right. Having it sit a little bit above that liquid gave it that bark, gave it that little bit of texture behind it. I dig it. What's next?
Pasta.
Pasta? We're going into pasta.
Going in the pasta.
We're going on like a world tour right here. All right, let's get this bad boy going. We had those nice diced tomatoes.
Ah, you're better at the twirling than I am.
Years of practice on that one. And years of finesse with yours.
Wow.
And then I gotta go with this bad boy here because I am a sandwich.
Well, you know I'm the
finger.
world sandwich champ.
Oh, I know you are. And let's see.
Oh my God, it's so good.
The pomegranates just give it that little burst of just brightness behind it.
You need that acidity alongside the rich lamb.
Absolutely fantastic.
Oh my gosh.
It's still biting. To see how Jennifer turns box brownies, though, into these decadent desserts, follow us at Dinner DeeAs on Instagram so you can watch this recipe. You're gonna totally want to know how to do this one. Because this is how, I'm still going with it. I'm still getting all these flavors. Because that is how you turn an idea into dinner. Not once, not twice, but 3 Dinner DeeAs. To get these recipes, scan the QR code in the corner of the screen. It's going to take you straight to dinnerdeas.com. And thanks again to Jennifer Daskovich from the Devil Pig in South Tampa. Go visit them for some award-winning barbecue. I'm Jeff Philbin. See you next time with more Dinner DeeAs.